What's up, everyone? Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture, October 27th, 2018, Saturday, around 4 o'clock Eastern. Doing a little live stream. I don't have a lot of time. Definitely don't have a lot of time to edit. So I'm going to do a little live stream. We're going to talk about it. First off, if you're on YouTube and you're in cryptocurrency and you're going around looking for the bottom, you probably see videos every day now, especially in this consolidation phase where nothing is happening. So bear with me, I guess, is all I can say. Bear with me because nobody knows the bottom. And at this point of consolidation, putting out daily YouTube content, it gets a little tough. However, there are some interesting things happening in terms of Litecoin chart that I did want to point out. We haven't really talked about this much, and it plays into all the technical analysis we've spoken about since springtime. So if you're a replay viewer, hang around a couple minutes or hit the timestamp in the comment below, in the pinned comment below, to go right to the technical analysis, because I'm going to give it a couple minutes, and I'm also just going to talk about a tweet that I just tweeted. And maybe a lot of you have heard about this. I have not heard about it. Drew Blood 21, I'm glad to see you just chilling, man, and not working so hard. What's up, Tech Lords? What's up, everybody that's here? So I haven't heard of this, and I tweeted a little bit ago. I said, have you heard about Initiative Q, this new payment network with goals to create a new private global currency? From their website, they say, so far, cryptocurrencies have failed as currencies. That's crazy. That's like news to me. That's news to me because in my own business, cryptocurrencies have succeeded massively for me. I don't get where people say stuff like this, and these are smart people. So the founder of Initiative Q was apparently, I think, a founder. I don't know too much about it. Sold his company, which was acquired by PayPal. So he's kind of a PayPal guy. But yeah, Q is tomorrow's payment network. To get millions to join, we're giving away our future currency. It's kind of like, it has a multi-level marketing type of feel to it, but you don't have to invest anything. You don't have to buy anything. But yeah, you can see, what is it? It's a payment network. It's a future global currency, really, is what they're saying. They have a timeline and everything. And they really do a good job of talking trash on Bitcoin. I can tell you that. How is this different from Bitcoin? And then it says, I love the first one. Cryptocurrency is a brilliant solution to a problem that doesn't exist. So basically they're saying cryptocurrency doesn't solve any problems. It's already solved problems for me in my own business. I see it solving problems for so many others in so many ways. And it has nice bullet points on why Bitcoin is terrible and why cryptocurrency is terrible. If you're interested, I'll put a link in the description. You can go get some free Q if you want to be a part of this future payment network. There's their timeline. So I think 2021 is when they're trying to become a major payment network. So they have a few years, I guess, for that to happen. But anyway, I'm sure none of you want to hear about that. I just thought I'd kill a little bit of time while I'm waiting for some people to get here. I'm not too big of a fan of that. But I do want to preface our technical analysis today by saying I'm extremely bullish on Litecoin. Even if we go down another 50%, yes, even if we go down another 50%, we'd be dropping right into my long-term buy zone, my heavy buy zone that I've been talking about. We've definitely been talking about it since spring. And now here we are in the fall of 2018. I tweeted a little bit ago. I said a business can use Litecoin to pay a $30,000 invoice in seconds and for pennies. Or they can use their bank to send a wire, pay $35 plus, and still have to wait a day. Our financial freedom is here. So Initiative Q, I don't know what you're talking about. I just, in 30 seconds, I tweeted one huge solution that cryptocurrency has in so many ways. Crypto Stang, what's up, man? Says, yo, Dan, let's kick this bull run off. I love it. And I like the new screen name thing. Conspiracy Couch. Poseidon Lou, thank you, man. I didn't even know you were here. It's good to have you. It's good to have you here, bro. You and Drew Blood both in the house at the same time. I feel grateful. I feel honored. And Tech is here as well. So that's it. Come on. Litecoin and Bitcoin, cryptocurrency solving tons of problems and really changing the world slowly, right? I know it's been 10 years, but this type of thing, this type of transition that's that's being created and happening before our eyes. It takes time. I was just watching videos from the early 1980s about email and sending email. Go look it up on YouTube. Go watch old videos about the technology when it came out, and look how long it took to transpire and for people to catch on. So people that want this to happen overnight, kind of in like dream world. So anyway, I know you're here for a Litecoin bottom. So let's just talk about it. Let's talk about Litecoin bottom. So we've done a lot of technical analysis, short-term, mid-term, long-term, and I think one thing is true, especially from, let's see, right around here. I think I have to go back and look at the videos, but I would say right around May, when $100 was kind of like in question of being tested. I remember talking about like $50 complete possibility. And then we started talking about the $30 to $50 range. And I know it sounded crazy then. We started talking about that being an insanely, ridiculously cheap area to buy. I personally said I never thought we would get there. However, we're on the brink of being there. And if you're just getting into cryptocurrency right now, and many people entered, up here in the 200s. If you're just getting in now, I hope you realize, I hope you can do some research and understand the opportunity that you found yourself to be in my opinion. So what we're going to talk about today is the bottom. Is it possible even, further downside for Litecoin? What could that look like? And it is right in that $30 to $50 range. And when we had this range last time, it was based off of this triangle that we were tracking for months. And our target for like absolute lowest target was around $30. So that's why that $30 to $50 area has always been a really incredible opportunity in my opinion. And we're right on the brink. So let's look at it. And one thing I want to just compare it to is the last bear market, because I see very, very close similarities. I mean, just look at the chart. Look at the long-term chart on the screen right now. And I just want to make sure I'm not in the way too much. No, I'm good. Look at the chart. We have that, that run up that we had. What is this? So this was November 2013, Litecoin hitting like $50, right? And then the start of that bear market. Very similar moves in terms of Litecoin. And if you look at Bitcoin and its historical data in terms of charts, you see similar moves as well. Different patterns kind of than what you see in Litecoin, but nonetheless similar moves. So, and I'm gonna preface these 4 triangles that you see on the screen to say that this one, I get it. For any, pattern police that are out there and are gonna start leaving me hate comments because this is a pretty ugly looking descending triangle. I get it, okay? It's not the picture perfect descending triangle, but I think you get the point in the movement of Litecoin. Essentially kind of a bottom of support that it broke and obvious lower highs that it formed. Not very pretty looking. So one thing that happened in that descending triangle is it broke through. It broke down. You can see it. Revisited it, as most triangles do towards the end of the apex. They test that bottom line, and it fell. It broke support. And so the target for this triangle was down here. What Litecoin did is it fell into a new triangle, a new descending triangle. And this is a pretty clear triangle, really, with its target bringing it really right to that larger triangle's target. And you can see both targets were hit, and that's where we found the bottom in Litecoin. So let's just because I'm curious, I want to see what this is. The breakdown point below this final triangle, the low was 65%. So just for context. So now fast forward and zoom out real quick, just so you get a clear picture of the similarities. Fast forward to this most recent run up and this most recent bear market that we find ourselves in Litecoin. Well, here we are. Very similar. There's that first triangle right there. And we were tracking this, and we were all hoping for a continued uptrend in Litecoin to break through and continue our parabolic gains, right? We all wanted $600, $700, $800 Litecoin by the end of this year. And we're on the complete opposite end of the spectrum in terms of those goals. And that's okay because we were prepared for it. We were talking about the possible downside as well. And we knew this could happen. So here's our target for that large triangle that we've talked about. So that's why we had that $30 ridiculous price. When I first started talking about a $30, $50 Litecoin, I even said, I don't think it's going to happen. I didn't. But here we are trading at $50 Litecoin. So very similar to the last move. Litecoin broke through the bottom of the descending triangle and kind of just fell into a shorter term triangle. And that's where we are right now. We're in that triangle. So I want to just say something, which is just because in that bear market we broke to the bottom of that triangle, and here we are, we're getting close to the apex here. And you see, I mean, we were right at the apex when we broke that last triangle. So just because we broke down in that bear market, I'm not like just going to assume that same thing is going to happen. And someone in the comments just said, which side of the triangle will it be this time? And that's the question, right? That's exactly the question to ask. So if we were covering this triangle in this last bear market and we saw it break the support, that's when you become concerned, right? That's when you start really either getting your fiat ready, or if you're in a trade, you have to set your stop losses, right? If you're trading and accumulating here, because there's a great risk for potential 65% losses, which Litecoin got. Scales of justice is right. No one has any clue. And that's why we have to be patient in terms of waiting to see. But I think what we can do at the very least is anticipate, well, what's our target? And so for me, for a while now, many of you have heard me, anything under $50 is my very high accumulation area. So if we break down, and I'm not just saying we're going to because that's what happened that last time in the bear market, but I'm just saying if we break down, that would set us up to that price target of around $30. That would set us up for around 35, 36% more on the downside. So that whole channel right here, $30 to $50, and I have to go back and find a video where I just I highlighted a nice, great, big green box, and I just said that's my heavy accumulation zone. And so if we get a breakdown, that's my heavy accumulation zone, even still. And it's something that's, I've been prepared for months, and I've come to terms with the fact that if it goes into that area, I'll be buying heavy. Meaning I'm buying heavier than I'd be buying heavier than what I'm doing right now. Right now I'm always accumulating Litecoin, which if you've been watching this channel, we've talked about over and over, buying the dips, because really, essentially, nobody knows when this bear market will end. But I am fairly convinced that if we hit this channel, the $30 to $50 area, also the target for these two descending triangles, I am fairly convinced from my own standpoint, from what I'm comfortable with, that will be the bottom for Litecoin. I could be wrong. I could be wrong to the fact that Litecoin, something crazy could happen, right? Litecoin can just fail, and it can be at $3 in a year from now. That's something everybody should come to terms with. I highly doubt that's going to happen. I'm not saying I think that would happen. I'm just saying that's the reality of life. There's so much risk in everything that we do. So don't put all your eggs in one basket is all I'm saying. So I think whether the bear market is over now and we break up through this triangle, or we hit this, I think the bear market is coming close to an end. Even if that means hitting this channel, trading sideways, similar to last time, trading sideways in this channel before the breakout and out of the bear market. I think it'll happen. I think it'll happen by spring, Q1, Q2, 2019. I think we're getting close. I think the worst part is over, and that's just kind of my opinion. Litecoin Moses with a $10 super chat. Thanks, dude. He says, this is the most lucrative opportunity of a lifetime. I have no problem if we go lower. Go follow Litecoin Moses if you're on Twitter. Easy to find over there. Just search Litecoin Moses. I love his tweets, man. He's always got something good to say. Appreciate the super chat. And I couldn't agree more. I could not agree more with him. Most lucrative opportunity of a lifetime. I have no problem if we go lower. I have no problem either. Obviously, it's probably a little bit more fun if we get a nice little bull run, break out. Everybody's all in a good mood. Probably get less hate comments on YouTube. Things might seem a little better, but totally agree with Litecoin Moses. If we go lower, opportunity of a lifetime. If you're new to cryptocurrency, maybe you're like new watching this and you just like searched Litecoin for the first time, Bitcoin for the first time. And if you're new at these levels, I just want to show you, like, look what you missed out on. A lot of people entered into the space here. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. They've learned a lot from many different perspectives. And they've rightfully, and I think wisely, accumulated even at these levels, because these levels will be surpassed in the years to come. So as long as you're patient, as long as you're long-term bull, I think you're fine. If you were accumulating only here, right, and if you missed all of this, I still think you're fine. That's not financial advice, but like when Moses says, if we do go lower, opportunity of a lifetime. Opportunity of a lifetime here at these levels, 52. It's crazy the levels that we are at. So kind of zooming in here on the 4-hour chart with these two triangles, this is where we are. I mean, you can see we're probably, I didn't measure this, but we're probably right around 75% to the apex, which, as many of you know, is that, usual average breakout area for, for Litecoin, Bitcoin, whatever you're trading. And so the question remains, as we just wait for something to happen, which way are we going? So we have our targets. Our targets are set, and I'm comfortable with them. It seems like Litecoin Moses is comfortable with them. It seems like a lot of you are comfortable with them, as I see a lot of comments, a lot of people continuing to accumulate, really just continuing to weather the storm. And here it is. It doesn't look that bad. Look, here's the 4-hour chart. It doesn't even look that bad if we fell into this target channel for a breakdown. And keep in mind, it's a pretty strong target to hit. We're hitting really two targets, that larger descending triangle and then this smaller descending triangle target, amongst other things that we've done via technical analysis on this channel. And I'm talking about like overextension from the 50 EMA, the 200 EMA. Those things play into these target areas as well. So there's a lot of reason to believe, if we do break down, that it could be potentially the long-term bottom. It could be potentially the last time that you're going to get some cheap Litecoin. And when I say cheap Litecoin, I mean $30 to $50 Litecoin. So otherwise, what would happen is, trying to zoom out a little bit. Now the chart is messy, as always. Otherwise, what will happen is, different from that bear market that lasted that long. If you go back in time and you picture, well, it's November 2014 and the bear market ends, right? We get a break up above the triangle. We break up above the 200 EMA, and we don't wait until the following summer of 2015 to do that. And you can see that's when it broke through the 200 EMA there. So right here, you can see that would be a move that we would make. That would be a move that would form the bottom. And similarly, I did just want to point out, and you probably can't even see it that well, but you see this blue line kind of going right through this triangle. Constant area of resistance for Litecoin this whole way down. Failed to break above the 50 EMA. And so that's really going to be the similar story that we get in terms of Litecoin, is constant area of resistance for months, and then it's going to be that final failure of resistance, that final failure of Litecoin breaking resistance that really probably pushes us down below this descending triangle. And so I think a good area to watch out for Litecoin is that 50 EMA, and that right now is around $57, and it's around 10% away. So maybe a 10% green week might be in the cards for us to test that area one more time. I don't know. Time will tell, but I think it's a really good area of resistance to kind of keep an eye out for that 50 EMA. If we do break it, that could be the very first sign of breaking that 50 EMA will be the top of this triangle, and it will be the 50 EMA, that confluent area right there. That could be the very first sign of a potential bull market, this bull market type of bottom area that everybody's looking for, everybody's hoping for. So only time will tell. Only time will tell. I thought it would be interesting to do this video because we have talked about this channel, $30 to $50 area. And, I was just kind of doing some of my own technical analysis, and I realized that there are very similar triangles happening that happened in that last bear market. I'll zoom out one more time and you can see it. Maybe you can't see it, but because my chart is so messy, but it's there. Yeah, you can see that. Look at that. I mean, that would be picture perfect really at the end of the day. And if we were given that gift of anticipation, that giveaway that is clearly on the screen right now, we can all accumulate. That's not financial advice. I can accumulate, right? And then once we exit this bear market and return to life in a bull market, we can look back and we can prove all the haters wrong that say technical analysis is stupid, because it's not. These things move, and they move because of human behavior. They move because of human emotion. It's a very volatile market. It's a very manipulative market, but it's also pretty harmonious if you just zoom out on the charts and look at it. It really does paint a nice picture, and it helps us really get ready and prepare for the future. That's my opinion. I'm bullish as ever. I couldn't even be more bullish right now. I really couldn't. Even if we're down, right, 35% and we hit $30, I couldn't be more bullish. And this is one reason right here. A business can use Litecoin to pay $30,000 invoice in seconds and for pennies. It's like there's so much tech to understand, right? There's so much happening with Lightning Network and so many things. But at the very simplest level, even if you don't have an interest to even learn about the tech, to learn about how cool of a thing cryptocurrency is, at the very simplest level, you can understand this very popular use case. I can invoice my clients and they can send me Litecoin, and it can happen instantly for pennies. You can do the same. John Moore here, Johnny Litecoin, he can do the same. And he made a good point actually on this tweet. He said, not to mention if there's an issue, countless hours can be wasted on the phone with their customer service reps, most of which don't want to fix the problem. They don't want to fix the problem, or they don't even know how to fix the problem. And it's your money we're talking about. You're on the phone trying to access your money to receive or send, and you have no control. That's the world that we live in. And I tweeted earlier also, and I was just like, I said, I'm bullish because our financial independence isn't coming, it's already here. Control is slipping through the hands of the banks as we speak. It's happening. And they don't want many of you to know about that. But it's happening. And it's exciting. And I couldn't be more bullish. So those are my thoughts. I want to let you guys know, if you're still here watching. Wow, we have 252 people here watching. Bob, thanks, dude. He says 252 watching, only 43 thumbs up. What is that? It's like a 20% conversion rate on likes, right? 20%? Is that right? No, that's not right. BTC legal in China. Another great stream. Yo, David Schwartz is here. Man, now I'm just loving life today on this Saturday. David Schwartz, my bro. What's up, man? Good to see you. Yeah, so hit that pound button, hit that like button, smash it. And if you're not a subscriber, I would love to have you as a subscriber. I just want to say something kind of like for this channel, a little news. So you might be on this video right now, you might be replaying. You can see YouTube approved the Teespring t-shirts. So I have them there, and I put them up real quick. I didn't even change the pricing. I just put on what the recommended pricing was for the shirts. And I want to say something. This channel, my vision for this channel is to grow, and I have we have the Launchpad Foundation, which I haven't talked about a lot lately, but it's coming. We're going to do our first funding for inner city youth, a project right in Kensington, Philadelphia, and I would say probably most of the funds that come in through apparel and super chats probably, and I'm working with eCurrency Hodler on tracking like donations that come through a certain Litecoin address. They're gonna go towards this project, which is a ridiculously cool project, huge project, changing thousands of lives in Philly. And so I'm bringing this up, one, because I obviously have apparel for sale, but I want everybody to know that we're using those funds for that. And I also want to I'm not trying to call out haters or give attention to haters, but I got this comment yesterday, and I think it's important just to talk about it real quick. This dude said, "I've always looked forward to your input, but then I see the overpriced merchandise shilling. Thanks, but no thanks. I've been weeding out YouTube notifications, and you made it, blah, blah, blah." Went on to tell me he unsubscribed because I have apparel for sale. The reason I can't show you the full comment is because he deleted his comment. Jeff deleted his comment because I replied, and I was just like, dude, like, first off, if you're watching YouTube videos, I can't like encourage you enough that just to remind you that the people creating YouTube videos, they're putting in hours. They're putting in hours for you to watch something for free. So don't get all entitled. I think that's my advice. Don't get all entitled and support the people. Even if you don't like them, just quietly go away and don't comment hate, because I read through the comments. Like, I read through mainly because I want to try and get better. I want to see like people out there that are offering good, solid advice on how to change a channel. So I can't help but see these like negative comments. They get to me a little bit because I'm very passionate about growing in this space with all of you. I'm very passionate about growing my own cryptocurrency related business as a crypto recruiter. And I'm extremely passionate about the Launchpad Foundation, which really YouTube is a huge part of that. So before you go out and comment because you don't like somebody on YouTube, just be careful. Think twice. Settle your emotions down in this game of cryptocurrency, and then just kind of quietly go away if you don't like somebody. So that's it. That's all. I just wanted to get my little spiel out there. I hope that's cool. But yes, lastly, I'll leave you with just the zoomed out picture. This is what we talked about today. I don't think you can get it any more obvious of how close we are to a bottom, whether it's 36% away on the downside or not. It's coming. I'm accumulating now, and I'm ready to accumulate more. That's my position. That's not financial advice, but I wanted to cover something on this Saturday as we go into this next week ahead. Can we do something, right? Can crypto move a little bit? Hopefully. Time will tell if we can all just be patient. Everybody that came by, super chatters, subscribers, likers, you all are awesome. I'm having a lot of fun doing this and just kind of chatting with all of you. Appreciate you. Time for me to go hang out with Sarah. I hope you all have a great rest of the weekend. And I can't leave yet because I want to see what Litecoin Moses just said with a $10 super chat. Litecoin Moses, another one. Thank you, my friend. He says, in December, we had no videos like this to look to. There was nothing, and we reached 350 plus. Screw the haters. You're doing Litecoin a great service along with a lot of other people. Dude, that means a lot coming from you. Thank you so much, man. That really does. It's very encouraging. And thank you for the super chat, man. It's unnecessary. Appreciate all of you guys. So that's it. Appreciate you. Grateful for you. Have an awesome day. I will see you all in the next video, and God bless.